Hey guys, welcome back. So today I want to do a question and answer video. I do try to keep up with the comments on my videos as I post them, and I notice a reoccurring number of questions that I want to address in this video. And I also made a post on my Facebook page asking you guys if you had any questions for me that I could answer perhaps in this video. I got a lot of good responses to the Facebook post, but I would have to say the majority of them were funny questions about the beard. And I'm not going to answer any questions about the beard right now other than I think you should have one if you're a male. I think definitely man equals beard. Man without beard is a woman. So, and I'm just kidding about that. I know some of you guys can't grow facial hair or don't want to. But anyway, so I do want to answer some of the questions I see in the videos and answer some of the questions from the Facebook page. However, I think I got enough questions coming in that I won't be able to answer them all in this video. And here's one thing I want to tell you guys about the videos that you see here on the Military Arms channel. I purposely try to keep the videos relatively short, around 15, maybe 20 minutes max in length, and I do that on purpose. That's because I try to make sure that I can produce an engaging video, get the information I need out there, but do so in a time frame that's reasonable, because I myself I won't sit and watch a 45-minute video on YouTube. I simply don't have the attention span. I have other things I need to do. I don't like 45 1-hour-long videos. I don't even really necessarily watch half-hour videos. So I'm making videos that appeal to me. And I also look at the demographics on YouTube, which we can see how long people typically watch our videos. And I'm kind of adjusting my video length based upon that information, what I want and what I think that you guys want based upon the data that I have. So I'm going to try to keep this video around that length. I don't have a stopwatch running, and so if I run over, I run over. But if I don't get through all the questions, perhaps if you guys like this type of video, I can do more in the future. I'll leave that up to you guys. I'll see how the views go, how many we get on the video, and what the comments look like. And if you guys want more question and answer videos, I can certainly do them. I'll be working off a list today. I typically don't do that. On the Military Arms channel, I get a lot of questions about scripting videos and stuff like that. I don't write scripts. I don't write storyboards. We grab a camera. We grab the guns that we're going to be shooting. We always go out with multiple things, and we just start shooting video. I shoot a lot of the guns that you'll see on the channel when I'm not videotaping them. And then by the time we get to the final review, of course, I haven't scripted the review video, and I just kind of wing it, kind of like I'm winging it now. So I don't know what I would do if I had to do a script, but no, the videos on the Military Arms channel most certainly are not scripted. So let's get to the list that I have here. Jackets. I think that's probably the most common question I see when the seasons change. It starts to get a little bit cooler outside. I wear a couple of different jackets, and I always get a bunch of questions. Where did you get that jacket, Mac? Where can I find one? So let's take a look at, and my phone is on. Sorry about that, guys. But this is one of the most common jackets you'll see me wear, one of two. This is an SOD, so that is Sierra Oscar Delta, SOD. It's an Italian jacket. You'll see me wearing this quite often on the Military Arms channel. That jacket was given to me by my good friend, Instructor Zero. Zero came out with Paulo, those guys from Funker Tactical. We did some videos together, and after we kind of broke up and went our own separate ways, a few weeks later, Zero sent me and my cameraman Aaron these SOD jackets, which is the same jacket that you'll see Zero wearing in his videos. And it was just an amazing gesture. And I do consider Zero to be a good friend, and these are available, but they are not inexpensive. You can Google them, you can find them online. If you're interested in buying one, you can find them through Google. The other question, or the other jacket I get a lot of questions about, is this one. And this is an Eddie Bauer M65 type field jacket, has my logo embroidered on the front of it, and they're no longer available. I unfortunately can't give you a link to go buy one. That's because I bought it from an outlet store maybe 3 years ago, and they're just not available anymore. You can find M65 type field jackets still for sale out there. Heck, you can still find original military surplus. So if you're looking for a jacket of that style, that's what it is. Sadly, though, you can't get this particular Eddie Bauer jacket. And I do have on my list the Colonel insignia. I'm going to get out of order here. I'll probably screw myself up, but I'm looking at it, so I might as well address this. So some of you guys have asked, why do I wear the rank of a Colonel? Well, some of you guys know that I was in the military. I'm a peacetime Marine. I'm 46 years old. I didn't do anything special in the Marine Corps. I just did an enlistment and got out. I don't make it the center or focal point of my channel. I don't think it's all that important. I'm one of hundreds of thousands of people that have served in the Marine Corps. Again, I did so in peacetime, and I was enlisted. I was not an officer. So why do I wear the rank of a colonel? That is because I am commissioned by the governor of Kentucky as a colonel. This is my commission. So, am I a colonel in any branch of the military? No, I am not, nor do I pretend to be. However, it would not be inappropriate to refer to me as Colonel Harmson. As a matter of fact, on some of my business cards, you'll find that title on them. However, I've somewhat moved away from it because I have gotten emails in the past from actual military officers who have asked me about why I'm wearing the particular rank, and I've explained to them that, I'm a Kentucky colonel. I am not a military colonel, and it's more or less a sir title. If you guys want to learn more about what the Kentucky colonels are, just Google them. They're out there on the web. You can find out the information, the history. It actually is a really cool history behind the colonelship. And there's other YouTubers, fellow YouTubers like Hosh USMC that are also Kentucky colonels. So that's why I wear that rank. And what's kind of cool is if you've ever eaten at KFC, Colonel Sanders wasn't actually a colonel in the military either. He was a Kentucky colonel, and so was Elvis Presley. All right, carry gun. What's my carry gun? I did make a video about this, but I get a lot of questions as to what I'm carrying these days, and I am still carrying the HK VP9. As a matter of fact, I have it on me now. I do carry it appendix style. I carry it in a contact concealment holster, which is a Kydex holster. Contact concealment is near me. They're just a few miles away. Bruce, the owner of the company, is a former military guy, a law enforcement trainer, martial artist, and just one generally great dude. And he knows his weapons and he knows his holsters. And so I run his rigs quite often. What's really nice is if I get a new gun in that a holster doesn't exist for yet, I can run over to his shop with the gun and he can make me a holster and we can sit there and chew the fat. And he makes an outstanding product. So that's why you'll see me wearing contact concealment holsters. Here's the VP9. I do have Talon grips on the VP9. I am a big fan of Talon grips. I have on both of my carry guns. I have a G42 and the VP9 are my two primary carry guns. I don't really carry the Glock 19 much anymore. And I prefer the rubberized grips. They're available also with a more aggressive texture, which is more like sandpaper, which absolutely feels wonderful in the hand. It really does feel great when you're on the range shooting. However, if you carry, like I do, appendix style, I don't have a shirt between me and the gun. It's just rubbing up against bare skin. That aggressive texture is quite uncomfortable for me, so I go for the rubberized, but still offers a vastly improved grip, and especially when you're shooting in hot weather, you're sweating, or your hands are wet, you can maintain a positive grip on the pistol. What I will say though, because I've seen some comments on my Instagram and on Facebook when I've posted pictures of my Talon grips, you do have to follow the instructions when you install them. If you don't prep the material right, and you don't use a hairdryer and you don't do all those things, they can start to roll off or come off. But if you install them the way they're supposed to be installed, I've never had a problem with it coming off, and they're really affordable. So if you get a couple years use out of them, it's really simple to replace them down the road. So that's what I'm carrying, a VP9. So, do I really use a Tavor over the AK? I am a longtime AK guy. I still consider myself to be an AK guy. This little guy right here, this Arsenal 545 NFA, it's an SBR rifle, is my preferred AK of choice. It's the one that you'll see me with most often if I'm out running around with an AK. But this is my Tavor. This is my everyday gun. When I travel, I just got back from the NRA show. When I'm traveling, I'm on the road, I will take the Tavor. It's easy to take. It's not an NFA item. Even though I am a Class 3 dealer, I can move between the states without issue with NFA items. I still prefer my Tavor. When I go out shooting, the Tavor is one of my favorite rifles. So yes, that is really my go-to rifle, although you'll still catch me with AKs. I am very much an AK guy still. Which brings me to my next question, but it's not even so much a question as it is an accusation. Am I sponsored by IWI? I don't know why you guys, or some of you guys, get it in your head that I'm sponsored by IWI. Nobody ever accused me of being sponsored by Arsenal or Ishmash or anything like that in the past when I was doing nothing but AK videos. But for whatever reason, people have it out for the IWI group and Tavors in particular, and they want to accuse me of being sponsored by IWI. The fact of the matter is, no, I'm not sponsored by IWI. As a matter of fact, the gun that you see hanging on the wall behind me was purchased from Blaine over at Atlantic Firearms. I've been buying guns from Blaine for many, many years. I consider him to be a friend, and even though I have my own gun shop now, I still buy guns from Blaine. If I'm guilty of anything, I got a slight discount on the gun from Blaine because I kept pressuring him to knock a few bucks off. So there you have it. Have I ever received a check from IWI? Never once received a check from IWI. Now, I did go to Israel and they covered the expenses, which I would expect them to do. So if you want to hold that against me, hold that against me. But I don't get checks from IWI to talk about their guns. Very rarely do I even talk about the Tavor as of late. So anyway, I want to address that. I think most of that's really just coming from trolls and people that are either anti-Semitic or just want to be trolls and, you know, give me a hard time. But I felt like I should answer that question. So no, IWI does not write me paychecks to like their firearms. Matter of fact, I just only see the guys at IWI very rarely anymore, usually at trade shows like SHOT Show and NRA for 5 or 10 minutes, and I'm off to the next booth talking to other folks. Let's see. Oh, so why does it take so long to do reviews? You'll see me get a gun in. I started doing first shots videos. Like when I get the gun out of the box, literally you'll see me take a gun out of the box and I'll fire the first few rounds to it and bring you guys along. But I do so as a first shots video. I'm not doing a review of the gun. You've seen some of the guns hiccup. You've seen me have problems. I've had problems with like my SIG XI rifles. You saw that they, after 10 rounds became single shots. You've seen me just in the course of a range day video having problems with my XCR. And I show you guys that. And so I don't do the reviews right away. I actually want to use the firearm before I start talking about it. Case in point, here's a G43. Yes, I have one. Everybody's already talking about them and doing review videos. I'm not the guy that's going to take the G43 right out of the box, go to the range, shoot 200 rounds on camera and tell you it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. I want to use the gun. I want to shoot it. And that's the reason why I still haven't even posted a review video of the gun I carry. I'm carrying this thing, I'm shooting it all the time, and by the time I actually do a review on this thing, you're going to know that I'm giving you an honest opinion based upon actual usage of the firearm. I'm not just taking it out of the box and saying, hey, this thing is great, okay? And there's a reason why I do that, because there's been times in the past where I have taken a firearm out of a box and I looked at it or shot it and thought, I don't really like this thing. I'm not impressed by it. But then I actually take it out, I use it, I take it apart, I look at the mechanics of it, the engineering behind it, and I shoot it some more, and then I mistreat it, and all of a sudden it gets my attention. And there's a perfect example of that. The Beretta ARX 100. When I first saw the rifle, I was lukewarm about it. I thought it had a bunch of gimmicks on it, like being able to switch left and right hand ejection and stuff like that. But after using the gun a lot, I mean, I've abused the snot out of the gun. I still haven't cleaned this rifle. It has thousands of rounds through it. I've taken it to events, let other people shoot it. I've run it suppressed half the time. It's absolutely filthy and it's yet to malfunction once. And I'll talk more about this in a future video, but the engineering, the design of this gun internally is actually quite ingenious, and it is quite different from other firearms that are on the market. So had I just taken this right out of the box and jumped in front of a camera and fired 200 rounds on camera and said, you know what, this thing's awkward and I don't like it, I would have been doing it in service or disservice to you as well as to myself, because I'm actually impressed with this gun and I like it quite a bit and shoot it quite often. So that's the reason why. I really want to get to know the firearm before I give you guys my opinion, because a lot of you guys, and I'm totally flattered and humbled by this, won't buy a firearm until you hear what I have to say about it. So I don't want to make stuff up. I have people come in the shop all the time asking me, would this mount work with this gun or this muzzle brake, how well does it work? And I'll just honestly straight up tell you, I don't know, because I've not used it. I won't make up something and say, oh yeah, that should work great, if I've never pulled the trigger on it. I can't do it. It's not in my DNA. So that's the way, or that's why the reviews take so long to do and why it takes me sometimes 6 months before you'll see me with a G43. I do wish my cell phone would quit beeping. I'm sorry about that, guys. All right, one of the questions I get is, how do you afford all the cool toys? Well, that's interesting, because for many, many years, people have thought that the Military Arms Channel was my primary job. I get comments like, boy, I wish I had your job. Man, you have a great job. The Military Arms Channel up until last week was a hobby for me. I shot videos on weekends, typically Sundays, did all my editing on weekends. I had a day job that made the mortgage payment, car payment, things like that. Last Friday, I was laid off. So I'm gainfully unemployed, and the Military Arms Channel now must become my revenue stream for me. I won't say it would become my day job, because I have other things. I also have a gun shop, Copper Custom, and that's why I always say in my videos, if you want to support the Military Arms Channel, shop at our online store, Copper Custom. That's now more important than ever, because now now I have to support my family based upon what I do here with the Mac channel and also with Copper Custom and also Full 30, which, yes, for those of you that don't already know, I am a principal within Full 30, and if you haven't checked it out, please do. But so that is how I used to be able to afford all the cool guns. Some of the more expensive things that you'll see, like the SVD, those weren't purchased through money that I earned on YouTube, because the Military Arms channel historically has just brought in enough money to support itself, buying ammunition, buying a gun here and there, paying a cameraman, all the expenses of travel and stuff like that. It's never made the mortgage payment. It's never made a car payment. At best, I've broken even. So I'm going to have to do something to change that. So maybe you'll see more videos from me. I don't know what I'm going to do just yet. Like I said, it just happened last Friday. So if you want to support the channel, shop at Copper Custom, and also swing by and check out full30.com. That's full30.com. And my shiznit hits the fan rifle. Oh, guys, you know I love the Tavor, but you know what's funny? It's like, I do love it, but I just have this affection for the AK. If things went completely sideways, chances are I would probably still grab an AK, although the gun I shoot the most and have the most fun with these days still seems to be the Tavor. And that doesn't make much sense, because you should train with the gun you might have to use in a bad situation. So I'm kind of conflicted there. Like I said, I'm still very much an AK guy. When I travel, I do travel with the Tavor. So yeah, I don't know. I guess that's just one of those weird things. I don't know what to say to that. But yeah, I guess if push came to shove, the AK is kind of hard to beat, because it really requires no maintenance. You don't need a cleaning kit. You can clean the thing in a creek. They're boringly reliable. And I'm not one of those guys that thinks if the lights go out tomorrow and be in one gunfight after another, chances are the gun's going to sit stored somewhere, probably hidden away, and it's going to have to, if it gets used, it's going to be after it's sat for quite some time. So, you know, being abused and misused and not taken care of, AKs have proven themselves time and time again to me to be able to take that type of abuse. You can practically let the things rust closed. You can beat them open and they'll still fire and work. And I've actually proved that with the Krebs Custom AK in past videos. So that's it. I think we're getting probably pretty close to my intended 15 minutes. I don't know. I haven't checked the clock. But I think I'm going to wind up the video with that. If you guys have more questions, post them down below. If you guys would like to see more questions and answers videos, you know, let me know. I'd be more than glad to do them. I like interacting with you guys. If you guys see me at trade shows, I get people coming up to me all the time. They're afraid to say something to me, or think because I'm talking to somebody else they can't come up and say hello. Please do. I mean, the whole reason the Military Arms channel exists is because you guys watch it. Without you, I wouldn't have a channel. So I greatly appreciate your support. And please, if you ever see me out and about, it's not rude to come up and say, hey, can I get a picture with you? Can you sign my Magpul magazine? Or, you know, can I just shake your hand? Absolutely, please do, because I love interacting with you guys and hearing your stories as well, where you're from and stuff like that. If you guys have any questions about anything you've seen in this video, you can ask those questions on our Facebook page. You can find us on Facebook at facebook.com/militaryarms. Also, again, please swing by and check out Copper Custom, our online store. That is the best way to support the Military Arms channel. And also, please do check out Full 30. And I also want to apologize about Facebook. I get hundreds of messages a week. I try to keep up. I don't have an assistant. It's me and a couple of cameramen. And it's really hard to keep up with the messages, guys. So please don't hold it against me if you ask me a question. I don't respond. I'm not snubbing you. It's just really hard to keep up when it's just me answering all those questions. Thanks again for watching, everybody. We'll talk to you guys soon.